And then on the Gordie Howe Bridge, Mark Carney, after promising that he had some kind of special powers, that he could deliver wins for Canada, after handing over concession after concession, he actually hid the Gordie Howe deal with the US because he was so embarrassed by it, and rightly so. The previous government had secured a 100% toll collection agreement where Canada would keep 100% of the tolls until the construction costs were repaid. Mark Carney just signed away a deal that gives 50% of those revenues, fully half of the expected revenues that Canadians were supposed to receive, now go to the United States, including a special envelope for economic development in Michigan. So instead of dollars going to repay Canadians, taxpayers' investment in that bridge, those tolls are going to go to help create economic opportunities in the United States. And Mark Carney tried to hide this from Canadians. This is just another example of how Mark Carney is just delivering illusions for Canadians, no real results. He's been Prime Minister now for over a year, and nothing has gotten better.
On the Gordie Howe International Bridge, a committee meeting has been called for next week to discuss the deal. What do you expect to come out of that meeting? Who do you think we should hear from?
Well, first and foremost, we're calling on the Liberal government not to shut down this meeting. They've done this in the past where opposition MPs recall a committee to get to the bottom of things, and we've seen the government just use their newfound majority to just completely kill the investigation. This is a major expenditure for the Canadian people. Canadian taxpayers built 100% of the costs for this bridge, including hookups to US interstates. And the deal was, in return, we would get repaid first. The Canadian taxpayer would be kept whole first. Mark Carney can't even come clean. He can't even admit to Canadians what's in the deal. So we'd like to start with actually seeing the agreement. We'd like to get an understanding from the government. Did they get anything in return for this concession? We've seen Mark Carney offer unilateral concessions before and get nothing for them. He very quietly dropped retaliatory tariffs in the middle of a campaign and kept that hidden from Canadians. He backed down on the digital services tax and got nothing in return. So he just gave up 50% of the toll revenues, pushing back the repayment timelines for Canadians by 15 years. Did he get anything in return? What did Canada get out of this deal? So Mark Carney has to explain to Canadians how they're better off. How are we better off losing 50% of the revenue? I mean, he's a banker. He should be able to answer these kinds of questions. I don't know too many investors that would think losing half of what you were promised is a win, unless he's got something to tell Canadians that he's keeping secret. Did he get anything back from the United States in return? Is this going to lead to a deal on CUSMA? Is this going to lead to any easing of any tariff? So far, the answer is no. So Mark Carney continues to just say things that bear no connection to reality. 50% is less than 100%. That's just math.
And the Prime Minister was asked today if he lied when previously explaining this agreement. His response was that he could have done a better job explaining things. Do you think he misled Canadians?
Absolutely. Absolutely he did. He told Canadians that Canadians would be paid back first, that the construction and debt servicing costs would be factored into this. Now we know that just wasn't true. Mark Carney saying that he could have been clear is the closest thing you get to a Liberal admitting that they deliberately misled Canadians. If he was so proud of this deal, if he thinks it's such a win, why did he keep it hidden? And we'll see. We'll see when we have this committee meeting. If Liberal MPs shut this meeting down, we know that's because they've got something to hide. When I'm proud of my work, when I was a kid, stick it on the fridge. When you're proud of your kids' homework when they come in, you stick it on the fridge with a big, a gold star on the front. If Mark Carney loves this deal and think Canadians are going to really appreciate giving up 50% of what was owed to them, he should be proud of it. He should stand by it and allow the committee to really investigate this.